Caitriona Balfe burst into tears when mentioning Sam Heughan, friendship or buried love. The years that seemed normal. Caitriona Balfe never thought she would be hurt so deeply that she couldn't put it into words. As a seasoned actress who had walked on international catwalks before becoming famous thanks to Outlander, she had experienced many relationships, many people. But Sam Heughan was different. From the first time she met him at the casting for Outlander, she felt something special. Not because of Sam's charming appearance or captivating blue eyes, but a feeling of safety. He was unlike any of her previous co-stars. He looked at her as if he saw a soulmate in the midst of the chaos of everyday life. They quickly became the most compatible couple on screen, then best friends in real life. They shared tiring flights, glasses of wine after filming, and even silent moments together, something that only people who truly understand each other can enjoy. Caitriona had believed that they were friends. She was wrong. Nameless feelings. That friendship grew over the years, but at the same time it gradually broke Caitriona's heart. There were moments when Sam's gaze that passed over her was no longer Jamie's gaze at Claire, but something deeper, more real, and more dangerous. One evening after finishing a scene in the snow in Scotland, Sam handed her a cup of hot cocoa. Their hands touched. Nothing special, but her heart was pounding. She smiled awkwardly, took a step back. "Be careful, it's hot," he said. "Yeah, my heart is too," she almost blurted out, but swallowed it back. Since when did she stop calling it friendship? Since when did Sam's "good night" texts keep her awake? Since when did she wish that every time he hugged her after a scene, the camera would never stop? The fateful interview. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter magazine, the reporter asked her, "What do you think about your relationship with Sam Heughan?" Caitriona smiled, a professional smile. But her eyes suddenly stopped for a beat. She replied, "We are best friends. Very close." Right after that, she felt her chest tighten. After that interview, she went to the bathroom, locked the door, looked at herself in the mirror. Her eyes were red. "Why do I want to cry just because of a question about him?" she asked herself. And for the first time in many years, Caitriona cried because of a man who was not her husband. The thin line. Caitriona loved Sam. But what about Sam? He never said it, but he was always there for her when she needed him. When her feet hurt from standing all day filming, Sam quietly left her a bag of ice and painkillers. When she was upset about a fight with the director, Sam quietly brought her a chocolate bar and said, "This is a special prescription, just for my Claire." She smiled. But her heart ached. Sam never crossed the line. Not a single kiss outside the script. Not a single confession. He always stayed true to his role, co-star, best friend, and nothing more, but it was that kindness that hurt her. Buried. Time passed. Caitriona got married. Sam dated someone else. They were still the perfect couple on screen. But behind the scenes, the distance became more obvious. One day, after filming season 6, Sam told her while the two of them stood in the sunset, "We've been through a lot, yeah. Sometimes I don't know what's real and what's acting." She sighed. He turned to look at her, his eyes deeper than usual. "There are times when I can't tell the difference." That was the last time they talked about their feelings. From then on, the two of them chose to be silent. No one mentioned the past. No one brought up the glances, the touches, the hugs that weren't scripted. The friendship, or love, was buried with the seasons. Crying in public. A year later, at a press conference, a reporter asked Caitriona, "Have you ever thought that between you and Sam there was more than friendship?" She was silent for a few seconds. The question was like scratching at an unhealed wound. Sam is a very important part of my life, she began, then she stopped. Her eyes were red. Unable to hold back, she took a tissue to wipe away her tears. Sorry, I didn't think that question would make me so emotional. The conference room was dead silent. No one expected someone like Caitriona, always calm, intelligent, sharp, to shed tears just because of one name, Sam Heughan. Unspoken words and what ifs. Caitriona went home that night, sitting alone in the living room. She opened old photos, the times she went to events with Sam, the happy backstage, the eyes that used to be the whole world. She wondered, if one day Sam read all the things she never dared to say, would he regret it? Would he ever love her? Or was she just deluding herself? She didn't know. And perhaps she would never know. Friendship or love? What's the difference when it's finally buried? Caitriona Balfe no longer cries when someone mentions Sam. But her heart still aches. Not because of regret, but because she loved someone too much, but couldn't keep him. They were never meant for each other. But they never really let each other go either. Friendship or love, whatever it was, now, it was all buried by her. Forever.